Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dame Kiri. Happy birthday to you.
Hello. We've had some sunshine, not a bad day overall, just a few showers here and there. I think Easter Sunday is going to be a little more overcast, particularly across England and closer to the North Sea coast. Quite a chilly breeze off the North Sea with some drizzle at times. Now the satellite picture shows that gap in the weather that's over us right now, so things set fair for the moment, but this thicker cloud towards the east will shroud the UK during the course of Sunday, particularly eastern areas of the UK. Now through the course of tonight, yes, there's a bit of rain in the forecast for some southwestern areas, perhaps just around the Irish Sea and into Northern Ireland, but the bulk of the UK should have predominantly clear and dry weather. Chilly in the north of Scotland, a touch of frost and some mist and fog forming, particularly across central parts of England. So the morning is looking bright for many of us, particularly across the north and the west of the UK. A few showers there in Northern Ireland, but then this thick cloud invades off the North Sea, a chilly breeze, fleeting rain possible from parts of the southeast through East Anglia, Lincolnshire, and really all along that North Sea coast. The best of the sunshine will be out towards the west tomorrow, around the Irish Sea, southwestern Scotland, Northern Ireland, the Western Isles. And then Sunday night into Monday, a weather front moves in from the south. This is going to be more substantial rain, a more prolonged spell of rain to come for many of us on Easter Monday. Really not looking particularly pretty across England and Wales. Your best bet for fine weather is the north of Northern Ireland, also northern and western Scotland away from that weather front. Temperatures around 9 degrees in Aberdeen, but in the south, despite the cloud and the rain, still getting up to 14, though I don't think it's particularly going to feel like it. And then the outlook for the week ahead, we'll see a series of low pressures lining themselves up in the Atlantic, heading our way one weather front after the other, and that basically spells rain. So whether you're checking the website or looking at the app, an indication here with these rain symbols that the weather is going to be predominantly unsettled. Rain at times, certainly possible almost anywhere in the UK. And before I go, there's just a quick message that British summertime begins tonight. Bye-bye.
The world of film is changing faster and faster all the time.
Our global Talking Movies team brings you up to date on the latest in movie making from around the world.
Stories from other cultures.
Interviewing top filmmakers and stars.
I didn't think I'd ever seen anything like that on screen.
From blockbusters to art house cinema, we'll spotlight the brilliant and unique voices bringing their stories to the big screen.
Talking Movies. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
I just felt this tightening in my stomach. Where do I need to go? How can I get there?
Rescuers are using their bare hands to search desperately for survivors.
In a lot of the stories that we tell, they can be so bleak. People here wonder if they can ever rebuild. You need to show some hope.
So this is what an exodus looks like. My coping mechanism at the time was to not think further than an hour ahead.
My job is investigating bad stuff that's on social media. I know by doing this interview and sharing it, I'll probably get more online abuse. My job is to expose how people are targeted because I'm a reporter who can do that.
At the end of the day, a proclamation of a new king is actually the moment to be looking forward. And that tempered the way that I covered the story.
Everyone ready for that proclamation of a new king.
Hip, hip!
Behind the Stories. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
It's really disheartening to see this amount of waste come forward. If it wasn't for us collecting them, they'd go to landfill or incineration.
I feel very proud. I want to encourage other black athletes to take up swim, bike, run, and dream of becoming champions.
مادر دقیقا معنای زن زندگی آزادی بود. یعنی زنی بود که زندگی ساخت، عشق داد، در راه آزادیم رفت.
В війні все одно, хто ти, чоловік або жінка. Коли ракета потрапляє в будинок, а ракеті все одно, чоловіки, там жінки або діти помирають всі.
Inspiring short films from the BBC. Watch now on iPlayer.
The climate of southern Europe is changing. It's becoming more and more like North Africa.
Thousands of people continue to stream across Sudan and South Sudan.
There's riot police everywhere around. This is not the face of France that Emmanuel Macron wants you to see.
We're having to stay under the trees here because Russian drones are constantly patrolling.
This was the town of Bethania. These were people's homes, but look at it now.
This is the moment they've been waiting for. The pride, the excitement, and the affection is palpable.
This is as close as we can get to Gaza itself, about 5 kilometers in that direction. There is a lot of military activity, jets overhead.
17 days they have spent inside that tunnel. Now they are finally out.
Live from Washington, this is BBC News. The UN peacekeeping mission in Lebanon says 3 of its observers and a translator were injured in an explosion near the Israeli border. As people across Gaza face famine, the BBC goes on board a US military plane dropping crates of aid. And a treasure trove of never-before-heard music from the late singer Marvin Gaye resurfaces in Belgium. Hello, I'm Erin Delmore. The UN peacekeeping mission in Lebanon, UNIFIL, says 3 of its observers and a translator were injured in an explosion near the Israeli border on Saturday. It says the peacekeepers were on a foot patrol when the blast happened and were taken to hospital. The UN says it's investigating the cause of the explosion and warned that targeting observers is unacceptable. Israel denies involvement.